It's Friday, it's time for some altcoin talk. So in this episode, we're going to go through some of the reasons to be bullish on crypto going into Q4. I think this is going to be a massive period for the crypto markets, and we're all going to print some serious money during this period. Clearly, September has started off on a rocky foundation, but everything is still pointing upwards for crypto. The underlying macroeconomic picture still looks good. We're going to hop through that, and of course a load of altcoin news and updates throughout the course of the episode. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and also turn on those post notifications to ensure you do not miss any content, as at the moment things change so rapidly in crypto. Just 24 hours can make a huge difference. So without further ado, let's jump on in. But if you want additional updates, check out my Patreon. The link is down below. So why can we be so bullish even with Bitcoin taking a bit of a step down over the past week? Well, essentially, there's just so much money flowing around in the world right now. All major central banks have been printing to oblivion over the past year. Since COVID started, it's been the same old tale. How do we get ourselves out of these messes? We just print and print and print some more. So this is the M2 money supply here, and this counts all the US dollars in circulation. And if we just go back to February of 2020 here, there were approximately 15.5 trillion US dollars in circulation total. A rather huge sum, but since then we've just gone on a rampage. The Fed has just turned the money printers on 24/7, 365, maxed out on power 100. And so over the last 18 months, we've actually seen the Fed balance sheet grow to 20.5 trillion. This figure up here in the top left-hand corner. So from February of 2020 through to now, an 18-month period, we've gone from 15 trillion to 20 trillion, an increase of 5 trillion, or roughly 33% extra on that original starting sum. So it's really no wonder that you're seeing pictures of rocks going for like $1 million on OpenSea. You're seeing astronomical valuations of random protocols and layer 1 blockchains going through the absolute roof. All this money printing finds a home somewhere, and crypto is going to be a main beneficiary due to the fact this is where scarce assets now reside, and big institutional players are continuing to pile their money into this ecosystem. They can see the future, and they are the ones who are raking in the most money from this additional printing. The closer to the printer you are, the more that you get. And with talks of tapering coming in towards maybe the end of the year or start of 2022, it looks like we've pretty much got a green light for the next 3-4 months of up-only action in the crypto markets. If we just look at this, this is the total market cap of all cryptocurrencies, excluding BTC, essentially the altcoin market cap. We've had a beautiful run up here from the end of July, from around 635 billion market cap all the way to 1.2 trillion. So a doubling in just around 2 months' time. Now this level here I pointed out was pretty much the top of where we've reached previously, around 1.36 trillion. We've had a bit of a pullback since we came up here and rivaled the previous all-time high. And now at a market cap of 1.215 trillion here, we've pretty much just reset the last 10 days, which is not a bad thing. The markets were getting rather buoyant and rather greedy. We can see from the fear and greed index here that last week we hit 74. And so when we hit these high numbers in the 70s and 80s, we often see a pullback. People become overzealous, there's a lot of leverage in the market, and eventually this gets flushed. We saw a large liquidation event over the last few days, and this has given us a bit of a reset in terms of sentiment. We're now pretty much bang in the middle here. A reading of 45 seems rather neutral, even though it's saying fear right now. I'm sure most people aren't actually fearful, but maybe for some of the new entrants in the market, this has been a worrying time. But of course, crypto has a very resilient way of just wiping out all the losses over a few days with one single candle. So as BTC looks to hold around 46,000 bucks right now, as long as we maintain at least over, say, $43,000, I think we are in good territory for altcoins to continue going upwards. Today's been a little bit bloody across the market, but in general, what are we seeing right now? If you just go to CoinGecko and then you can filter up here by coins and categories, top smart contract platforms. This essentially gives us all the layer 1 protocols and their market cap order. If you then filter by these 7 days here, you can see that many of these have gone up tremendously. Over the last 7 days, Oasis Network, Fantom, Algorand, up nearly 60-70%. We're seeing money start to flow into the likes of Harmony. Of course, Solana's been on a huge run. But the picture here is that most L1s are getting serious investment right now. And I think this is institutional investment coming into the space and trying to land grab these L1s. So of course, during this time, there's a lot of FOMO in the markets. You can see that people are trying to move from one place to another, chasing their tail, trying to make gains all over the place. And I'm a little bit of guilty of this at certain times, but I think what the best play is to actually just go ahead and research one or two major blockchains, go in deep on them, understand what they're all about, and have conviction in your plays. Pick out the projects that you like best and stick to those and just wait. This kind of mentality is probably going to yield much better performance than trying to skip from A to B to C to D and having like no real control on exactly where you're putting your money. Just know that you're chasing and chasing and chasing. So as you may have seen over the last few weeks, the chains that I'm really into right now are Fantom and Luna. And so I've set some bets up, placed my chips, and I'm going to be waiting on these to really thrive over the coming months. Once Bitcoin hits a new all-time high, as soon as Ethereum hits a new all-time high, we're going to see a flood of new entrants into the market, new retail participants bringing in tons of cash. We're also seeing institutions continue to pile in, so there's just a wall of money coming into the crypto ecosystem. So placing your bets now and making the most of what is to come is probably the best way to navigate the market. And as you can see from all the red across the board here, it does pay to be patient at times, and crypto always gives us an opportunity to get in once we think we've missed the boat. How many people thought once ETH was at around $4,000, there was no way of seeing it back in the low threes again? Well, here we are. Solana was over 220 the other day, now down to 171. Entries, 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 absolutely everywhere on here. So the first protocol here to look at is Terra Luna. Had a huge day today, up 21% whilst everything is down. So against BTC, it's up 26% on the daily. Rather tremendous stuff from Terra. Current market cap is $14 billion, and this one has huge room to grow with the update from Columbus 5 coming in the next 2 weeks. So recently did a poll on my Patreon, and we have decided that Terra Luna will get a full video coverage, and that's either going to be dropping on Sunday or Monday. So thanks to my Patreon supporters for voting on that, and I'm really, really excited about that because Luna is one of my strongest picks and one that I have a real conviction in since doing the groundwork, listening into all the podcasts, understanding Do Kwon's vision for Luna, and understanding the economic principles behind this, because essentially this is a blockchain that is backed by a stablecoin. So you've got a stablecoin as the main hub of a whole blockchain. So stablecoin growth equals growth of Luna. So it's rather fascinating stuff. If there was a way to bet on the growth of USDT, I'm sure you would all be taking it, as it's inevitable that dollars and stable assets in cryptocurrency are a true mainstay of what is being built here. When you want to exit from a rather frothy environment, you move into stables. When the market goes down and starts to pick back up again, you move from your stables and re-enter the market. And so having algorithmic stablecoins such as UST from Terra are going to be a major beneficiary to the growing ecosystem. And I think with the SEC news over the past few days, you can see they're trying to maybe target USDC. USDT's always got a red dot on its head. People come hunting for that all the time. But an algorithmic stablecoin like UST, A, isn't backed by any actual dollars, and B, isn't based in the US either. So I think it kind of has a really good opportunity to see massive growth. Now, with the introduction of the Columbus 5 upgrade on Luna, there's like 60 projects pretty much ready to launch. And I think 12 of them will be going live pretty much from the off within the first few weeks. So that update comes at the end of September. I think it's going to be a huge September, October, November, December for Luna. And when you understand that to mint UST, so as stablecoin demand goes up, you have to burn an equal amount of Luna. It's going to mean billions of dollars of Luna are going to be burned. So even if the market cap of Luna goes up, say, by 10x to $140 billion, it doesn't mean that the Terra price will just 10x. The Terra price will go up by more than 10x due to the fact the circulating supply will go down by a huge amount. So those rocket fuel tokenomics are a real turn on for me in terms of an investment thesis. If we move over to Anchor Protocol here, built on Terra, TVL now $4 billion, and this is where you can come and earn around 19% on your stablecoin assets. Imagine a typical bank is going to probably give you maybe 0.5% on your fiat money right now if you're lucky. Building out an ecosystem where you can get 19% on your stable assets and not take on much risk is a no-brainer. And once this is a bit more tried and tested, once we've got even more money in here for a while and people feel safe using this, they could have billions, trillions of dollars flow into UST and into this protocol alone, because the opportunity cost of not having your money in here is absolutely massive in a world where we're being smashed by inflation. Now here we have the Fantom coin and Fantom ecosystem coming up. And maybe you were looking for a entry on Fantom. Well, here it is, down to 147, went as high as 183 over the last 24 hours and peaked out at $1.92. So crypto, the market that just keeps on giving. You have an entry here for Fantom. If you believe that the markets are going to continue going up and up and up, and you feel like you missed a boat on FTM, maybe this is the chance to get in. Some bullish news here, Fireblocks adds Fantom. So Fireblocks is one of those digital asset funds that has the attention of loads of hedge funds and banks. So we're thrilled to announce Fireblocks has added support for Fantom mainnet and ERC20 tokens. Both tokens are now available to 500 plus banks, hedge funds, lending desks, and other financial institutions using the Fireblocks platform. So we're going to see institutional bid coming in for FTM token. And maybe this is the start of that. As you can see, the volume profile is an anomaly at this point, a lot bigger than has been in its previous history. So maybe we're starting to see the starts of institutional investment into Fantom. If we look across the ecosystem, again, we've got some entries on our hand right now. Spooky Swap was running a bit too hard for me and went up to like 30 bucks the other day, but now it's pulled back significantly under 20 bucks once again. I think this is going to be a major beneficiary to the Fantom ecosystem boom and new investors coming into this space, as this is where you're going to end up, and this is where you're going to be doing your trading, turning your Fantom into other FTM ecosystem coins, staking your FTM, staking your Spooky Swap Boo token, all those good things. And with a seamless bridge already set up and working, I just think a lot of money will flow through Spooky Swap, and so an investment in the Boo token and staking the Boo token makes a lot of sense. This is the Fantom ecosystem TVL right now, 1.64 billion, and you can see we are seeing that hockey stick approach going parabolic. Spooky Swap has the biggest TVL now, 355 million, Curve 305, Beefy, Scream, and Spirit all over $100 million. If we look at Spooky Swap specifically, since the start of the month, it's gone from roughly 173 up to 350. So a doubling in its TVL over the first 10 days of the month. So if you get the Boo token like I've done, you can put it in here and stake and earn a revenue share from the fees taken. Approximate APR right now, 56%, rather healthy. And then they give you the XBoo token, and then you can stick it in here and earn some Fantom as well at 79%. It's a win-win. This is like a leverage position on the Fantom ecosystem. So this is where I've placed my money into Spooky. Of course, not financial advice, just showing you exactly what I'm doing. Yesterday, we covered the Solana ecosystem, and I pointed out two tokens that I thought were supremely undervalued. Sunny was one of them, and I woke up this morning and it was at 18 cents and was up 200% from the night before. Market cap $30 million only, TVL $2.5 billion. I just can't see how this works out with a market cap to TVL ratio of 0.01. That is an anomaly if I've ever seen one, and I think this market cap has to play catch up to that. I'm going to investigate a little bit more to see exactly how they get value accrual to their Sunny token, and if they are capturing some of that TVL in terms of revenue, then it just seems like a no-brainer that Sunny will make some X's from here. If you go on their Medium as well, you can see that they are introducing a load of Luna-based tokens into the Solana ecosystem. This is something I've noticed over the last week. Solana and Luna have a kind of symbiotic relationship. They're definitely very close in terms of development teams, and I think each are going to feed off one another. And as we've seen over the previous week and month, Solana has just gone on a huge parabolic run. I think this is the setup that Luna will follow over the coming month. So just a gentle reminder, if you are not earning a passive income on your crypto assets right now, then come across and check out Celsius. I will leave a link down below, and you can actually get $50 in Bitcoin from signing up and depositing $300 or more worth of crypto. So why have BTC sat idly when you can earn 6.2% on it, or Ethereum, you can earn 5.35% on idle assets? Each and every Monday, they give you a payout. It's a nice, easy way to ensure you're earning on your crypto continuously. Your crypto's going up, not only in USD value, but the quantity of the crypto is also increasing as well. It's a real win-win. So honorable mention here to FTX, who are really killing the game right now. Have you seen this advert here with Tom Brady and Giselle? I think it's pretty much saying, are you in? And people are answering the phone saying, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. Loads of celebrities within this video. It looks like a viral hit in my opinion, and just you can see that FTX is going to go from strength to strength to strength. They recently signed up Steph Curry from the NBA. They've got the MLB on board. Tom Brady's involved. Like, what more do you want? And I think this is kind of 4D chess by Sam Bankman-Fried right now. Because if you get all the celebrities on board with your crypto exchange and the SEC's like maybe playing a bit of hardball, the US government isn't providing the regulatory environment that you want, well, who has the most power in society today? It is celebrity. Celebrity power is huge. They have millions of followers, more than most politicians can dream to actually ever achieve. And social clout just stands for a lot these days. So you get all the celebrities on your side, you get them all pro-crypto, it can only help foster crypto adoption in the US. So I think 4D chess by SBF, unbelievable stuff. And the FTT chart is a thing of glory. It's now at 73.91, peaked out here at $85 this week, but it is literally an up-only chart. I point out this at the bottom. I've got a pink trend line down here. As you can see, this kind of volume is maybe retail volume. And then as we come into the start of August, you can see the volume profile has gone huge. And I think this is the start of institutional money flows into this cryptocurrency. And this is what you can spot across the board for many layer ones right now. The amount of money flowing in is much bigger than we've seen before. And this can only be from big money bags. So setting things up nicely for a huge end of the year, in my opinion. Moving on to some Launchpad stuff right now. So TrustSwap has been on a bit of a run here and showing real signs of strength, even during a bit of a downturn in the market right now, putting in green candles left, right, and center. And this one has some really interesting stuff coming up. This is a 7 days, 7 announcements tweet. So an announcement of an announcement, but there's going to be some big stuff coming between the 14th and 20th of September. So expect to see TrustSwap Moon. They've also just got a new IDO partner, and it's called NFT Champions, a player versus player play to earn gaming IDO on the TrustSwap Launchpad coming in September, hitting all the key narratives here. I'm sure people will want to ape into this one. And if you've got 4,000 swaps staked, you get a guaranteed allocation into this one. No gas wars, you get like 24 hours to actually participate in the IDO, a rather painless way to do an IDO launch. And as you can see from some of the gameplay down here, it looks good to go. So I think TrustSwap will pop this coming month. Paid Network as well just had a bit of a unlock from the Star Atlas IDO, hence the price has gone down from $1.06 here to around 80 cents. But again, these guys are pushing hard. The thing is with all these IDO platforms, the tokens can really pump in a bull market, but in a bear market, they don't fare so well. But we're in a bull market, so I can expect Paid to do rather well. They're trying to tap into the Asian market here. They've got a Chinese version of their IDO platform going out. They've also mentioned an Indian version as well, where Paid is going to be the token you need to hold to get involved. So there could be huge demand for the Paid token. So worth keeping your eyeballs on. I think this has all the makings of a real true pumpamental. And then we have an opportunity in the market. We have Super Farm and the Super token. This one is down massive this week. Over the last 7 days, you can see we went up to $1.15 here. It's pretty much on half price. 70 cents, 68 cents, something around there is where it's trading right now. And you know that Elio has something up his sleeve with Super. They've got a game coming out soon. I think they're just waiting for final checks to be done and for the right market conditions. Because right now, the NFT and gaming sector went off first during this bull run. And now it's taking a bit of a simmering down. And I think as soon as momentum comes back in, he's going to drop a load of bombshells. And if you were trying to buy this at $1 just a few days ago, now at 68 cents, looks like an absolute steal. So I'm eagerly anticipating either an update on their Medium or through Elio's channel. And I think that this is one you just got to buy, wait, and sit on your hands until the announcements come flying. Because if they're going to put out a top quality game, we can see that the play to earn games can garner market caps in the billions. And this is currently valued at around $200 million. So Super is one of the ones that has been battered over the last couple of days, and I think deserves to be a lot higher. So as we look through the NFT and gaming coins here, you can see it's pretty much right across the market. This is just a typical crypto trend. We go through boom and bust very, very quickly. It's like the cycles come in just a matter of weeks. You go from all out, everyone's trying to hunt for all these, and then you go to bear just straight away afterwards. But one of the ones that I want to point out here is REVV, all the way down with a $36 million market cap, rank 638th. I've invested in REVV, and I think this one is going to fly at some point. They've got games which are play to earn live and kicking already. You can go and participate, you can go and play, just connect your Web3 wallet. And even if you don't have a Web3 wallet, you can play with credit card. And they're transcending a load of different motorsports from MotoGP to Formula One and Rally. So they're trying to hit all these different niches within the motorsport industry. And the REVV token is needed to participate in this. You can also buy up like track. You can buy cars using it. You can stake them. You can passively earn an income on them by leasing them out to players. There's a huge ecosystem being built out here. And this one at like $30 million in market cap. And when you see some of these that are a lot higher in the hundreds of millions with no working products, it just seems that REVV is super undervalued. So Superfarm and REVV, two of my picks for this sector to fly in the not too distant future. So that was pretty much it for our altcoin recap here. I think we're setting up for a very bullish end of the year and a very happy Christmas to everyone who's able to get their chips down on the table right now and has the patience to sit and wait for the wall of money to send our bags to the moon. So if you enjoyed the content today, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the links down below to my Patreon and also to Celsius to earn a passive income on your cryptocurrency. Until next time, folks, thank you and goodbye.